Shalom Akim, all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, honors and salutations to you brothers doing the work in truth and sincerity. This is going to be a quick video since I'm, just out here, so just going with the spirit. And one of the things I was thinking about was the superiority of Israelites. I mean, I haven't watched the movie yet, but there's good reviews on it, that Brightburn movie. And basically, if you're an Israelite man, go and see it. That's what Apostle Tahar recommended. So I'm going to go and see it. And one thing important to do is identify with the kid, not with everybody else, because the kid is us. The kid with the powers is actually us. And he was also talking about the superiority, how the kid felt like he was superior. And that's what I wanted to pretty much get into with a couple of scriptures. First one, starting off, I wanted to get into Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And to be above all people that are upon the face of the earth, basically he's just saying that you're superior. So the superior being, the Most High, the creator of all, Yahweh, he said we're above all people on the face of this earth. And all people other than Israelites are supposed to be below us. So what do that mean? That basically just goes into slavery. That goes into slavery. And me, I get into reading mangas, and one of the mangas I read a lot is called the Isekai, basically transferred to another world and all that other stuff. But one thing that a lot of the mangas that I've read, the fantasy mangas that Amin comes out with, one thing that's pretty much clear cut in all of them is the slavery. Now, a lot of you Israelites out there don't like to bring it up, but we are superior to Esau. We're superior to the so-called white man and the other nations, and we're going to have them as slaves, where they're going to be in our service, man. But we're going to have them in hardcore slavery for a while before the 16 of those nations have the right to be treated with any type of dignity, And the proof of that is, let's see, Jeremiah 14. Let me see. No, it's not Jeremiah, Salakia. It's actually Isaiah 14. And starting off at 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them. And the strangers is talking about Israelite foreigners. And they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. And that's one thing that we should all identify with, us Israelites that's over here today, because we were all foreigners. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and that's what we're doing. We're cleaving to the house of Jacob because we're Israelites. And the people shall take them, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them, and the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So he said two statements. They shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And we were captive under all the nations at one point in time. And even in this point in time, we're captives. Whether you want to believe it or not, you Israelites don't have your own land. You don't have any seats in a government position to talk about the issues of your nationality. Matter of fact, you're not even considered Israelites in this day and age. You're considered anything but. However, prophecies and history proves that we are the Israelites. So the scriptures say they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and that's slavery. They shall rule over their oppressors. Slavery. We're going to have them in servitude. They're going to be at our every beck and call. They're going to build up our kingdom. And that's also in the scriptures. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, that's also in the scriptures, that they're going to actually build up our kingdom. Let's see. Maybe Isaiah, it may be Isaiah in the 50-something chapter. But basically, we're going to rule in the kingdom that we didn't build. And who's going to build a kingdom if we didn't build it? The other nations. I mean, hey, that's a lovely thing. Because a lot of you Israelites out there look at slavery as it's such a bad thing. No, slavery ain't a bad thing. There's rules to it. However, hardcore slavery for these other nations, hey, it's going to be bad for them. It's not going to be bad for us. And we're not going to do wicked, abominable acts like Esau did to us during slavery. We're going to fuck them up. They're going to be whipped and all types of other cruelties. But we're not going to do anything like they did to us, for instance, buck breaking. We're not going to do that wicked ass shit. Matter of fact, there is going to be no fags and lesbians in the kingdom of heaven. And yes, they're going to build our temples. They're going to build our places. They're going to build our castles. And yes, they're going to be in the worst of conditions while we're living in the best of conditions. Because a king, if you're a king, you're a ruler. And if you are a king, you have subjects. What is a subject? Someone who is subject unto you, other than your wife. Because that's another thing. These women are going to be in their rightful place as well, and their rightful place is under a man. And their rightful place, honestly, is under the Israelite men. In the kingdom, women ain't gonna have no choice, and on top of that, these other nations ain't gonna have no choice of what women that they're gonna be with. Why? Because we're gonna do the choosing. We're going to choose if we want their women, their daughters as our servants or as our concubines. And we're going to choose women that we want them to breed with. And that's the kingdom. In other words, when you're an Israelite, you should begin to develop a superiority complex. Why? Because you are above the other nations. But you don't develop it all just, oh, I'm above you, I can do whatever I want. No, don't develop it in that way. We do the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. That's how you develop your superiority complex. We are the chosen of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And being his chosen, we're representatives of him. So if we're representatives of him, well, what do? We do the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability and show that we are superior. I mean, the scriptures also talk about being bold as a lion. It talks about being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, and it also talks about living peaceable if it's possible. I mean, the time of peace is almost done. However, right now we still live peaceably. As it is written, vengeance is Yahweh's, man. Vengeance is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's. That's where vengeance is coming from. It's not coming from us personally. Well, it will be coming from us when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai give us the power to do it. Just like that movie Bright Burn. When we get that power, hey, we gonna meditate real terrors upon Esau. And they're gonna understand. They're gonna understand that there's nothing that they can do. Just like in slavery, there was nothing that we could do. Hey, there's nothing that they can do when this time comes. But you Israelites out there should develop that superiority complex. You should know, always in your mind, you should know that you're above them. A matter of fact, hey, it ain't too bad to tell them that you are above them. But of course, you take that with a grain of salt. You know, you measure the time. You know, there's times and places for telling people certain things. You know, you don't just go and scream it to the world without examining what time it is. You know. However, you Israelites should know that you're above these people, and you should act accordingly. Like I say, this was just a short video since I'm out at this out at the lookout, so I figured I'd put together a, you know, let the spirit go with a little lesson. So with that, I hope you brothers and few sisters was edified. Until the next time, I say shalom.